Good
Yes, you
morning,
can.
everyone. Can I start, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. As you all know, today is the last day of our debate series. I heartily welcome respected Osika, ma'am. I would like to say communication is one of the most important skill you need for a successful life. Without any delay, let's start today's session. Today also, the remaining students will debate with their partners and Pranali Bhavdankar and Vedika Adhili will be the host for today's session. So guys, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you. All the best to all of you. Try to give your best. And now I would like to hand it over to Pranali Bhavdankar.
Thank you, Nahi. A very good morning to all of you. It's an honor itself to honor this beautiful event and the audience who has gathered here. Heartily welcome to this session. I am Pranali Bhavdankar and today I am the host of this debate series. From past 3 days we have our debate is going on and today is the last day. So I would like to give the best wishes to all the participants of today's session. By the time being, I would like to call roll number 67 and roll number 68, Anuja Kulkarni and Anish Rajwani, and their topic is Social Network Boon and Ban. I request them to start their debate. Over to them.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, Anish.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anish, and today our topic for debate is social media boon or ban. I would like to start with that. As a coin, there are two sides of every story. So I'm going to speak towards the point that is social media has many benefits. Like we can talk with anyone who is living a far away from us, but we can also have social media also helps so many people who are uneducated but they can start their small business using social media because social media is used worldwide. Social media also helps many people to convey their information, their knowledge freely to each part of the world. Social media also helps people to bring to the justice. Like everyone must be knowing the case that recently happened in Lucknow of the accident case. People on social media are so people on social media are very eager to get justice for the boy. So in this way, we can say that social media has helped many people. Social media is also a good platform for entrepreneurs to earn the money. Social media, we can see that we can connect with many people who are living anywhere of the world, and we can also access information of them. Why like we can take for example Instagram. On Instagram there are so many pages which help us to learn about new things like programming, photography, etc. One of the best example of social media helping us is LinkedIn, where we can find jobs which as it is COVID we cannot go to the physical interview, but with the help of LinkedIn we can directly mail to them, or we can directly come in touch with the company and help them to get to know to ourselves and get our job. In this way, we can say that social media is very beneficial to everyone. For children also, social media is beneficial because children can learn things from social media and get in touch with their
Sorry to
teachers.
interrupt, but your time is over.
Yes, just a second. So we can say that they can get in touch with our teachers also outside the school life and get to help their doubts solved. So this is my point of view on social media. Handing over to Anuja.
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Anish, for your point of view. But I don't think you are 100% correct because there is another side about which I am going to talk about. So, as Anish said, social media has helped so many businesses to grow up, but there are so many people who have lost their money or have faced some losses because of the hackers, which are the part of a cyber crime. Also, I agree with Anish that the social media is a platform where the people get to know each other even if they are away. But the big issue is the privacy. privacy is the big drawback of the social networking sites, because some people are using other person's personal information for another purpose, for other intention. For example, Facebook has been a serious trouble with many legislations across the globe for this very reason. Addiction is the another big drawback of the social sites. Even the gossips and the rumors also spread soon. Spending in a front of computers or the mobile phones for a long hours creates health problem like a back pain, eyesight related problem, etc. Even a lots of social networking site users are preferring online conversation rather than face-to-face communication. So it will affect on communication skills, relationships, and the mental health. So I want to conclude the debate by saying that the social media is a neither boon nor ban. So it is on us how we get influence from it. Thank you.
Very nice to hear you both, Anuja and Anish. You spoke very well. So, by continuing, the next our team is Akanksha Vanga and Pranali Dhurupe, and the topic is, does India lacks the courage to deal with the Pakistan's terrorism? I request them to start their debate. Over.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
So, good morning, everyone. Does India lacks courage to deal with Pakistan terrorism? Is our today's debate topic. Terrorism has become a systematic weapon of war which has no boundaries. The Radcliffe border, that is the boundary that separates India and Pakistan, was officially announced on 17th August 1947. The series of events started from the beginning of partition. On 18th September 2016, the attack was made by four armed militants on the military base near the town of Uri. 19 Indian Police Army officers were dead in the attack. On response to this, India conducted surgical strike exactly after 11 days of Uri attack, that is on 29 September 2016, in which India had surgical strike on the militant parts of line of control on POK. Indian media reported casualty figures from 35 to 70. Not only this, but on 14 February 2019, a vehicle of convoy carrying army personnel on the Jammu Kashmir National Highway was attacked by a vehicle borne suicide bomber in the Pulwama district. In this, 46 security personnel and the attacker was dead. On response to this attack, the Balakot airstrike was conducted by India in the early morning of 26th February 2019, in which Indian warplane flied across the de facto border in the disputed region of Kashmir and dropped bomb in the town of Balakota in Kashmir. Not only this, but we also know about our respected Indian militant Abhinandan Varthaman, who was caught by Pakistan but returned home safely without giving any information, with all due respect, because of the supremacy our country has on Pakistan. Thank you.
Yes, I'm talking against the motion. I don't agree all the points you said. There are some controversy points also. India does lack courage to fight the war against Pakistan. After having one of the best military forces on global, we never get into war until some damage is done to us. Surgical strike done on Pakistan is good example of it. Unless Pakistan terrorists or people don't kill Indians, India never tries to attack on them. Indians just want to play political games with Pakistan to prove their supremacy. Indians always have fear that if man dies, who will earn for his home? So they never jump into the war. If we go back in our history or books, we can see that wars always started from Pakistan and were ended by India. Example, Kargil War of 1999, in which the troops of Pakistan attacked India, particularly Kargil, and we lost many casualties but won the war. India never shows courage being the war, we always wait to get attacked. First Kashmir War, which was fought during 1947 to 1948, Pakistan attacked on India, particularly for Jammu and Kashmir, and then we didn't fight back for Jammu and Kashmir from 1947 till 2019. In 2019, Kashmir is officially the part of India. So we can see that India is somewhere lacking behind to take up the war without any fear. I'm not saying that we should raise a war without any reasons, but we should at least when we have reasons. Thank you. Thank you, Akanksha and Pranali. You both spoke very well. Nice to hear you. Now our next team is roll number 73, Akshita Erva, and roll number 74, Sakshi Nikunge. I think Akshita Erva is not able to attend this session, so I will hand over to Sakshi Nikunge. And the topic is cell phone radiation is dangerous and should be limited.
Yes, am I audible and visible? Pranali?
Yes.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Sakshi Nipunge. Today, our debate topic is cell phone radiation are dangerous and should be limited. And I am totally in favor with this topic. Cell phone radiations are very dangerous to our health. They impact adversely on our human body and human different body parts. Cell phone emits low level of non-ionizing radiations when it is in use. The type of radiation emitted by the cell phone, known as RF radiations, means radio frequency radiations. These radiations affect our body parts vigorously. If radio frequency radiation is high, it creates thermal effect, which means it raises the body temperature. It concerns that radio frequency radiations emitted by the cell phone causes various types of health issues. It contains eyes problems, ear problems, and brain problems. Brain problems contain brain tumor and headache problems. The limit of cell phone radiation is 1.6 watt per kilogram. If it crosses this level, it affects our human body. That's why I want to conclude that cell phone radiations are dangerous and it should be limited. Thank you.
Nice to hear you, Sakshi. Now our next team is roll number 75, Vaishnavi Akude, and roll number 76, Rohit Padge. And their topic is, should OTT platform must have some restrictions? Over to them.
Hello, Rohit, are you there? Hello, you can start. Your mic is off.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Rohit Padge. The debate topic given to me is, should OTT platform must have some restrictions? In my opinion, OTT platforms such as Amazon Prime, Netflix, Z5 will have to self-classify its content into three categories. One is under 18, which is adolescent. Another is 18 plus, which is adults, and third is universal. And next point is OTT platforms must have the mechanism of parental locking. Just like print media has its print body and it has to follow its ethics code, but for OTT platforms there is no such regulatory systems. So government has to work with OTT platforms to create the such regulatory bodies, and OTT platforms should have to follow its ethics code. And there is also a typical movie as watch time of near about 2.5 hours, but in case of OTT most of the web series has watch time exceeds more than 3 hours. So I think it should be decreased. That's it.
Hello, everyone. A very good morning to all of you. I am Vaishnavi Akude. just now Rohit said that there must be restrictions while using OTT platforms, but I don't think that there might be lot of restrictions while using OTT platforms, because I think that there are many pros and cons while using these OTT platforms. As we saw in the last year, that is 2020, the chances of using OTT platforms will get increased. So that I would like to say that that is the so I would like to say that in the year 2019 there are 32 million users which uses OTT platforms, but uh, in the last year, that is 2020, there must be 64 million users which uses OTT platforms. So according to this observation, I would like to say that uh, up to 60 million users they uses that. But for from this observation, I would like to say that people are getting more entertainment while using these OTT platforms, like Amazon Prime Video, Netflix, MX Player, etc. These are the platforms which people uses. So the new rules are regulated for the OTT platforms, like whether it is for 13 to 16-year olds or it is for adults. So that is the rules for regulation of OTT. But I think there should not be these regulations and restrictions present, because any people can watch any content of their choice, like entertainment related, sport related, and news related,
Sorry to
etc.
interrupt, but your time is over.
Okay, 5 seconds. So that's it. Thank you so much, uh, all of you and all of my friends and ma'am for listening patiently. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnavi, and thank you, Rohit. You both spoke very well. Nice to hear you. Now, our next team is I would like to call roll number 65 Suman Mari and roll number 66 Sanket Navle. And their topic is reservation issue is just to get a vote bank. I request them to start the debate. Over to them.
Good morning, everyone. Myself, Sanket Navle. I'm here to talk on the topic. Reservation issue is just to get a vote bank. Actually, this topic is too interesting and there's a lot of stuff to talk over. But at the same time, we are not comfortable or we are not capable to talk about it because a lot of people are offended over it. I'm sorry to say right now, but don't get offended over my words. Reservation was actually started it to improve the life of the backward classes, mainly the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribe, through an amendment which was signed in 1951. Actually, it was just for 10 years, but subsequently it was increased to another 10 years since the reason is known to everyone and even it's not known to everyone. Not only for the subsequent net, but it was again extended toward the OBC Mandal. Initially, the initial condition of reservation was acceptable since at the time of independence, these SC and ST communities were weaker and exploited. But after so many years of independence, the same criteria of the caste does not make any sense. Really, it does not make any sense. This cannot be denied that most of the people in India are for backward class. These people have got so many privileges in the past and they are capable enough to survive and excel over those privileges. Just by saying that hak jamana over the options they have. By using this option, the growth of the country is minimized. And I'm sorry to say, but the quality is totally reserved. Totally reserved. Reservation has ensured the voters by increasing their vote to their caste. Politicians are taking it in a wrong way. They are giving the fake promises to the people just by taking their votes. I would like to say that we people, the government and the reservations are totally interlinked. It's up to us how we have to control over it and how we overcome the situation. I know the words are a little rude, but reservation does not. It cannot increase, man. It cannot increase the quality of our country. Our country is still under development. A lot of people are under employment. The quality education is not in the world. A lot of people who deserve them cannot have that. I would like to conclude my words by saying this that reservation is for the people who really deserve it. It's not for the people who need it. Until we don't give the reservations to the people who need it now, then India cannot grow. So I would like to thank you for being such a good audience. Now I would like to hand over to my group mate Suman Mari to take over. Suman?
Thank you, Sanket. Am I audible and visible?
You are not visible. No,
You're not visible.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. Myself, Suman Mari. Before jumping into the topic, let's understand what reservation actually is. The act of reserving and keeping back or withholding a special place for someone is defined as reservations. I'm going to talk from the negative side. So, the reservation was meant to be an uplifter for society, but it turns out that it has become a lifelong process of spoon feeding. Reservation also means indirectly the candidates are not suitable for requirement, but it's just like hug jamana over what options they have. By using this option, growth of the country is minimized and quality is reduced. Reservation is being taken as issue by the great politicians to fill their vote banks. They give such a greed to their people that the people just think of their welfare and give vote to them. So caste reservations have created captive vote banks. Now reservation in promotion has become a new vote bank mantra, and their justifications have no base and just for vote bank. Recently, reservation in government jobs promotions bill was introduced for SC or ST people. This is another example of third class politics to divide people based upon caste. Politicians should stop this dirty game and provide best schools, hospitals, roads, water, electricity. Instead of reservation, provide scholarships, special coaching, and try to raise standards instead of playing hatred politics. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanket, and thank you, Suman. So I will hand over to Vedika. She will continue with calling the roll numbers. Hand over to Vedika.
Thank you, Pranali. Good morning, all. I am Vedika. I am going to host the next part of this session. So, without wasting time, I would like to call our next team, roll number 77, Amit Gugae, and roll number 78, Rutuja Patil, for the debate on the topic, can listening to music while studying help us to study better? Over to the team.
Am I visible and audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. So, hi, good morning, ma'am, and all my dear friends. My topic for today's debate is, can listening to the music while studying help us study better? So today I'm going to clear the confusion that is going on in in the minds of lot of us. That actually, I would like to tell the actual difference between the song and the music. First of all, the music is the combination of different sounds and rhythms and pitches, which does not contain any kind of lyrics. But song is the combination of music and the lyrics, which can always be distracting for us. But my today's topic is all about the music, which can never be distracting. In fact, it can improve our mood, and it can boost us up, and it can motivate us, and it can finish all the fatigue and the pain which is inside us. And suppose we are going to study for a long time, it can help us. It can help us not to get exhausted, as all of us know that we get exhausted soon when we start studying, or we start the submission stuff and all but this music can help us a lot to sit for a long time without getting bored and without getting exhausted. And I would like to share one thing that is proven. Actually, according to 2011 study, 41 students got diagnosed with ADHD, which is mental health disorder, and music helped them all a lot, and almost all of them were cured very soon with the help of the music. And music also boosts us up, and it stimulates our brain, which can help us not to get exhausted soon. And we all know the advantages of music. It improves our mood, and we can study well. That's all. Thank you. Over to Amit.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, so very good morning to one and all present here. As you all know our topic, can listening music while studying help us to study better? I think so. It is not good to listen music while studying because music can distract us from our studies. Lyrical music has been proved to be disadvantageous when reading, writing or memorizing simply because the words in the music get jumbled with the words in the text. As Rutuja said about the research of 2011, uh, I would like to say about the research of 2013. A study done by Cardiff Metropolitan University found that students who tested in quiet environment perform better than students who listen to music. Even in 2012, University of Wales and in 2013, University of Maryland also have done research on the same, and the result is not much different. They believe that any music is a distraction to studying and will not benefit the student in any way. Listening music when studying means that your brain is engaged into activities at a time. A part of your brain system is allocated to music and it may cause certain obstacles. Loud or agitated music can have adverse effects on reading comprehension and on mood, making focus more difficult. The main side effect of listening music while studying is that if any student used to listen music daily while studying, then he or she can find problem in exam hall while writing paper in silence. At last, I will say that by my point of view, listening music while studying will not help us to study better. Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. You both spoke very well. Now, for now, the next team for the debate is roll number 79 Samruddhi Purvat and roll number 80 Yash Shah. And their topic for the debate is are taxes that increases at accelerating rates fair? Over to the team.
I'm audible. Hello. Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Good morning, ma'am. Hello, everyone. I'm Yash Shah. The topic of our debate is tax increases accelerating rate is fair or not. So it would difficult to find someone who actually wants to pay the tax. But as per my viewpoint on this is paying tax is paying tax to the government is all of us in such a way. Excuse me, sorry. Everyone wants to grow individually, and everyone wants to live a luxurious lifestyle, and everyone wants better education, better medical system, better infrastructure, better highways, better gardens. Everyone wants India to grow. So that's why raising taxes results in additional revenue to pay for the public programs, and it helps us in many ways. Like just we had a COVID crisis, and we all know how India tackled this scenario. So this the extra paying taxes is beneficial for these services, obviously, and that's all I want to say. Thank you so much.
Good morning. I am Samruddhi. According to the taxes, the rates are not fair because the effect of taxes increasing leads to first poverty and high crime because more people can't afford it to live on the income, and the poverty roll goes up. This causes an additional drain to the budget of the government social program. Many poor people unable to find the job because government overtax the economy, turn to crime to get the money needed to support their families. This causes the crime rate to go up. Second one is the foreclosure, evictions, and homelessness. Because taxes are so high, people who originally entered into the mortgages or the rental contracts with the ability to pay them no longer have the money to pay the monthly payments. If the tax are not paid instead, government seizes the property and sells it an auction and sharing the sale. The third one is the chronic recession. The high taxation takes so much away from the economy that it enters a permanent form of the recession. If the gift tries to the boost the economy, the result is stagflation instead of the property. Thank you.
Thank you both of you for this engaging debate. Now I would like to call our next team, roll number 7 Maya Devi Bhosle and roll number 8 Nahin Bijapure, for debate on the topic should violent video games should be banned. Over to the team.
Hello, am I audible and visible?
You are audible. Yes, you can start.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm Nahin Bijapure. Today, our topic is should violence video game be banned? I guess it should be banned because violent video games could corrupt child's mind, distract them from reality, and teach how to be violent towards other people and things. The Parliamentary Office of Science and Technology in 2012 suggests that playing violent video games increases aggressive behavior, which leads to aggressive response in children. Furthermore, children who are addicted to the video games have a lack of sleep, which gradually leads to the impulsive behavior, depression, and suicidal thoughts. Human well being is the most significant thing. We should always consider it. Too much playing of violent video games will make the kids socially isolated. To conclude, I think violent video games should be banned. Those kind of games have negative health consequences. Beside the fact that intelligence level is limited, it is also decline and cause tense relationship within society. In addition, violent video games have some features of incurable disease, which emerges in humans and then it's going to be very hard to vanish. Thank you. Now I would like to hand it over to my teammate Maya Bhosle.
I'm audible and visible properly.
Your voice is low.
Now?
Yes.
Thank you. Hi, a very good morning to all of you. As you heard Nahin say that the violent games should be banned, but I'm Madhavi Bhosle, totally against her, and why I will tell you now. Just like a new technologies, the techniques, the playability, levels, requirements, or the ability of the video games to constantly challenge and have the player's attention have been developing. A couple of years ago, the 3D games were barely a thing, and those days they are becoming a new normal. As of the February 2019 survey, Germany was the country where people spent more time on the average playing video games, where the people spent more time on that is 7.98 hours per week. That is followed by the US and the Singapore also. As the video game industry is expected to grow, the corners regarding those who play video games them grow as well. Since our personality influences how we think and behave, the way a player responds to the video games depends on how they interpret it in their mind. That's why some studies say neurons in the human body deal with the effects that happen when playing an online video game, just as the same dealing with the effects in the real world. When it comes to the benefits of the video games, it likes to improvements on vision, spatial, and the problem-solving skills, the ability to allocate the resources more
efficiently or to filter the relevant information more efficiently. So according to my search, action or the violence type of video games impact on the players as they improve their cognitive skills such as the faster and more accurate attention allocation, enhance the memorization and the mental rotation abilities also. So uh, clearly I said my points on the against of the motion. So that's it. Thank you, and thank you for the being a good audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Maya and Nahin. The debate was so intense. Now I would like to call our next team. Roll number 53, Obed Sheikh, and roll number 54, Abhishek Mue, for the debate on the topic, has examinations, has it killed education? Over to the team.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Good morning, one and all. My name is Obed Sheikh, and I am here to talk on examination. Has it killed education? My opinion on this topic is yes, exams are killing education because most of the exams pattern is not up to the mark to evaluate the real capabilities of the student. Present examination system in schools is encouraging cramming. There are many exams like annually, like daily, weekly, and monthly tests. So students barely have time to do extracurricular activities like sports, gaming, and more other works. Like in present generation, schools and colleges are pursuing everyone, including kids and students, to get above 90%. Most of the private colleges are not conducting practicals. They are just focusing on the theoretical subjects to make their students topper and make them good marks so that their college can become famous. Why these students are not knowing the applicability of subjects? Because of excess pressure of examination, some students are committing suicides. Many evaluators are giving marks based on number of paper without seeing the actual content. This discourages the student who have real worth. Thank you. Over to Abhishek Mure. Hello. I think he's not in class.
Is he not there in the class?
Yes, ma'am, is not there in the class.
Okay. So next participant we can.
Thank you, Obed. Now, roll number 63, Ashutosh Sambeti, will be performing on topic mobile phone boon or ban. Over to Ashutosh. Roll number 63.
Are they there?
No, ma'am, he is absent today.
Okay, we can go to the next candidate.
Ma'am, this was last time. We are
Okay.
done with the series.
Okay. So I request all the organizers to on their camera so that I can see them all. Please capture the screenshots also. So before we conclude with this 4-day series of the debate series, I would like to first honestly appreciate the efforts, the joint efforts of all the student coordinators, the main coordinators, the anchors, and the participants to make this event of debate series a success. Now, you will be thinking, why am I calling this event a success? Because from my perspective, not everywhere you get 100% participation or results of 100%. I expected at least 20 to 30% will benefit. But if I see the response from the past 4 days, I found that the students have wholeheartedly put their efforts into the content preparation for 2 minutes. For 2 minutes, I can see a background work of more than half an hour. And that is what was the objective. Not only this, most of the students have practiced the delivery, have practiced the technical setup, have practiced on the narration, and while presenting, I could see consciously some students have made the sitting arrangement. Now, when I talked in the morning, I was at a different location. And now, if you see, I have purposefully made you see the difference in the morning way I talk and right now. Now I have been set myself for delivering this talk. So the most important outcome of this is that I find that at least 20 to 30% of the students have improved or have proven themselves very much better. And to be very honest, 80 to 85%. Now I'll be sharing a feedback form where I'll come to know what was your response, what was your learning. Okay, you have to put it to the feedback form so that we can have a proper statistical analysis report. But for me, rather than any report, any attendance, your participation was most important. Because if you see, our students from third year are continuously preparing for this session. Okay, not only this session, they are preparing for, you can say, the interviews, the project interviews. They are preparing for how to tell me about yourself. And to be very honest, after 1 year, they have forgotten and have lost of words. Okay, every day, if you see these girls, Maya Devi, Naheen, and most of the students were continuously calling me. But to be very honest, I think for the whole day I am after one session, I always have been telling these girls that you call me after some time in a session. That is the true fact, because I have some students under me who are weak in communication, being good in technical. If they are not able to convey to during the interview, that is the 10-minute slot for Infosys or maybe for Persistent, what is the use? It makes no sense. So you should be able to effectively deliver whatever you have learned over the past years in that 10 minutes. Okay. And the reason I kept it, you could see a lot of skills like time management. Today only we have been delayed, okay, because today is the last day. I wanted to speak. We had some photo session also in the beginning. So it's okay. But if you see, all the students were on time, perfect time. They prepared the content for 2 minutes, okay. Some students, I observed that they have read it. But yes, at least they had the content. They made an attempt to search on the web, find out some statistical points. And the one who talked about the Radcliffe line, the one who talked about the partition, these are all statistics which when you add, it shows that you have some knowledge or you have made an attempt to find out the facts. Okay, you're not bluntly speaking. The moment, always remember, henceforth, okay, in the coming times, the moment you speak about a particular topic, your knowledge will be gauged. Okay, if you're not able to speak, people will say that you don't know anything. Because if you know, you will speak. Because you have content, you have data, and the points which are common will be spoken by everyone. The challenge is to make yourself stand apart. Okay, and I personally feel my objective. Okay, I'm happy that I as I said now, as a teacher, my never focus has been on attendance or something of that sort, because see, the skills are most important thing. If you don't focus on the skills, okay, to be very honest, I did not expect such a good response. Okay, except for 2 to 3 genuine cases, and even those genuine cases, they continuously made an attempt to convey me, to convey the coordinators. I was sometimes not present, okay, or receiving the calls, because what I do is I have, to be very honest, I have cut down my social media. I'm only on WhatsApp. Okay, I've cut down that time because I need time for other things. Okay, and I feel this was one of the very productive things that I did together, because see, I believe that the subject knowledge, again I'm repeating over here, there are two things: soft skills and hard skills. When will you be able to show your hard skills? Only when you have soft skills. In the soft skills itself you go wrong, where will you get a chance to demonstrate your hard skills? Are you understanding? First, only if you're creating a barrier, it is no point. Again, I'd say that again, that two things are very important. Just having soft skills, just having good English, just having vocabulary, it will make you in, but it will not take you. So you need to have the combination of both the things. Okay, if you have seen me when I have been taking TOC, the moment I felt that the students are not having the knowledge, I know my faculty said me, why are you starting from the first? Okay, but I did not feel that right. I am I here to just do the job? No. I say, if this is a particular thing which feeds my stomach and my soul, right? So I need to assure, okay, I can't get a response from all the 60 or 80 students are in the session. But yes, if 30 students or if 3 students are at least on the same page with me, yeah, I will make that, yes, at least 3 are in the session. They know what I am. At least they know what they don't know. Okay, इतना भी पता होना बहुत important है. What you know, I'm not asking. I am asking, do you know what you don't know? And when I started interacting, I could come to know that students don't know. Okay, and as a teacher, as a tutor, okay, if I know that my students don't know, isn't it my job? Okay, now I know my students need the communication skills. To be very honest, this is not in the subject teaching. For the past 12 years, I have been doing this in the college out of my interest again, because now I have some students along with whom we are developing a platform for soft skills as a research project. Okay, and in that particular sense, again, I have, as I have already told, just listening, you need to be a content creator. Okay, there are some students from your class also. I'll just take this here. Now this debate series, again, all the series, I have one student who is going to make a thumbnail. Now you all must be knowing what is a thumbnail for YouTube channel, right? So 4 days debate series, with the permission of everyone, I have request from some of the students, they want to see their video, how they spoke. Okay, because that is most important. Even I make it a point to see how I have spoke so that I can improve in the next session. Okay, so I will be streaming that, because that was really very effective for the third year students when they gave the presentation. I had shared that link with Maya Devi for a mini project, how the students from third year have given the explanation of the mini project, how they have presented online. And again, those were the students whom I have trained in person in soft skills. Okay, so in that category only, I'm going to put this debate series so that everyone, please go there, view that. Okay, also the intention is that it will be there. The moment you want to show someone, you can go to the channel, see, I have participated in debate. You can add this to your resume. You can say it in the resume that you have coordinated the online debate series organized at Walchand Institute of Technology, which was an inter-department activity. So in this way, you can add to your resumes also. Okay, and apart from this, what I want is that if at all any of the students, okay, has felt can share his experience. Okay, I want 2-3 students to give them their feedback also, because I personally am very much happy, okay, with the organizers, the anchors. Okay, I can see a difference in them. Day before yesterday also, I told Maya Devi, I told Nahin, yeah, see, I can see you very good as compared to all the students now, because you have got a practice now 3 to 4 times now. I don't think you will have a mic problem. You may have a what you can say, a background problem or something, because even right now, see, I have logged in from the institute, but I have made it sure that I log in from 2 devices. I have kept the backup ready. Okay, that is the most important thing. So I request some of the student coordinators to present their views on this learning experience, and then we can conclude with the debate series. But from me, I just want to, I'll just read out the names of the students. Just a moment. Okay, so I'll just see. I personally, just a moment. Okay, I personally want to thank Vaishnavi Mahamuni. Okay, I want to thank Sakshi Shimpi, Rujuta Shetgar, Sejal Jain, Smriti Ganpa, Akansha Vanga, Pranali Bhavdankar, Vedika Adeli. Okay, along with the main coordinators of this cell, that is Nahin Bijapure and Maya Devi Bhosle, for doing a very excellent job and getting this coordination. I hope that you, along with these girls, have gotten feel of coordinating and a team bonding aspect, right? And let me tell you, when you are coordinating with students in the coming times, you will require to form your project group. That is maybe in the coming time. Abhi turant hi lagega aapko. So you will come to know your friends also. You will come to know the qualities. You will come to know their commitment levels. You will come to know their knowledge also and their passion for a particular subject. So with this, I thank all these girls who have made this debate series really a workable one and a very effective one. And I can say it was entirely, in a way, a successful debate series that organized in the very first attempt. So I appreciate all of you all. Okay, it's a clap for you. So I just request now a few students to just share their experience, and then we can conclude. I am not going to call out the names now. Please, just you yourself tell this. And I think you should share the experience and share the screen. Okay, so over to the ones who was interested to give the feedback very fast. I'll unmute myself. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Someone from the student team, organizers team, can please give a feedback. Yeah, please on the camera.
Ma'am, it was a very nice experience, a new experience. I want to thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Okay, I enjoyed the enthusiasm of the students. Okay, and I enjoyed your commitment to make this event a good one. Okay, so I could see that almost 60 students were interacting and they were there in the session. I could see everyone for the very first time. I don't think so कि in any other session of yours आपने सब लोगों को देखा होगा with how they look and all. Yes or no? It was a very first time experience for me, seeing all the second year students, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so it was a great session and much informative. We learned. Yeah, I will say it's a learning experience, and I'm coming. And the most important thing, we are not going to stop you. And in fact, I mean to say, you are not going to stop you. You do practice, if at all. You watch your videos, you see how you have delivered, you will come to know what's your body language, what's your tone, what's your way of content delivery, or the way you speak, the pauses you take, and then you try to improvise on it. So anyone from the student teams want to say? Yes, Maya Devi?
Yes, ma'am.
So without Maya Devi answering, I think the session will not be complete. So yeah, we'll conclude with Maya Devi's feedback and her opinions. Yeah, over to you, Maya Devi.
First of all, a lot of thank you, ma'am, because without you, we can't know what we have to improve in ourselves and how should we make the arrangement for all this such events. So I personally thank to you because I know now what should I have to improve in my self. On the behalf of all the coordinators, I would like to say that coming together is the beginning, keeping together is the progress, and the working together is success. So without you, we can't do this. Thank you so much, ma'am.
It's really, this quote is one of my very favorite quote, which I have always been using for anchoring. So now I can say perfectly, you are my student, because I'll share some of my scripts where I have taken this. And again, this script was one of my favorite student who used to do anchoring with me in the soft skill session only. So yeah, one thing I liked is most of the girls have used the quotes, okay, which makes the anchoring very special. So this is something that you need to keep some handy quotes at you all for gratitude, for thanking. So thank you, Maya Devi, and I hope that the learning doesn't stop here. So thank you all for being a wonderful audience. Okay. So we'll sign off and you all can, yeah, someone has raised a hand. Yeah, roll number 17. Yeah.
Ma'am, actually, I would, first of all, I would like to thank you. Ma'am, every day teachers ask us whether we have understood or not. Nobody, I mean, many of us can't dare to turn our mics on. And really, even I was not able to do that before, but I think I can do it further. And thank you for organizing this. And really, I used to think that I can talk a lot, but today I got to know that no, even I'm scared. And like many of us, many of people don't have stage daring, as we know. And like sessions like this can help all these people to improve. And all I have to say is thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, it's good that, yeah, there's roll number 49 also is raising the hand. Yeah. So yeah, it's see, again, I'm telling you, I was in a session with day before yesterday, and the guest, okay, she was a doctor, I told you all. In the online session also, it was so interactive that I loved her energy at 8 o'clock night in the evening. Okay. So roll number 75 also has raised a hand. Please, yeah, you all can speak. Yeah, I can see now a lot of students using this hand raise, and also I'm really happy with this.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ma'am, it was very informative session. I can now I'm experienced that how I can speak with mic on and the camera on. So I can suggest that next session will be very informative because it is very informative. I understand, but next you can take this session. I can suggest that. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this. Thank you so much.
Yeah. See, again, I will tell you, thank you for your comment. See, this particular session, I did not focus on content. Keep what you will say, who is going to be the winner, who is going to be the loser. Actually, in debate, it is like that. But I did not focus on that because I know you will not have content unless you read, and reading is lost somewhere. People are not reading what is expected to be read, so forget about. Yeah, I know that there are some good readers in the class also. I know that by now there are lots of people who, there's one of the student who reads very good books also, but it's not possible. 1 out of 80 and all 60 on the same page is not possible. So my basic thing was that make you come out of this virtual zone and be present virtually. That was my intention, and I think to quite extent that has been successful. Okay, so thank you for that. And see that Unless you practice, it won't happen. Yeah, roll number 49 has to say something. Yeah, over to 49.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I am Vedangi Dhole. Overall, it was a great experience for me. Actually, I was a bit nervous and was having very low confidence, but I trained myself and developed self confidence in myself. After attending 4 sessions, I came to know the do's and the don'ts as well as the techniques to handle the technical issues and overcome the situation. It was the first milestone for me, and soon I hope that I will be master in virtual communication. Thank you, ma'am, all the coordinators and audience for organizing such a wonderful event for personality development and making it successful. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Vedangi, for such a lovely words, and that was really wowza. Okay, so basically, yeah, roll number 8 has to say. Again, I would say when we started with the soft skill, my only intention was not on any attitude or aptitude or something. First, make you speak, and I feel over a period of 1 month, the way we build up. See, if you remember one thing, when I started with soft skill, okay, sessions daily, there were just 8, 10, 15, like this students, isn't it, Maya Devi? Yes or no?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And again, I did not scold, but this time I made it a point that I want all. And obviously, the ones who are not there, I am going to take it on task because they have missed something. They have missed what they don't know, or they have missed to prove themselves what they know. Okay, being absent is an excuse, and excuse is given by I just know that then it's not worth it. Okay, so yeah, over to roll number 8 who has raised the hand. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. It was very, very, very much interesting session for me because honestly speaking, I had not taken any participation before like this, and I had not take any responsibility like this before. It was my first time, and I really enjoyed it. It was possible because of you only. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay. See, I'll tell you what, in this process, as I said, in this process, today I'll share a story with you all. I'll just take another 5 minutes. See, when I started this in 2009, the soft skills session at WIT, it was a small team of small students. Okay. But there was one student, Ruchit Shah. Okay. Ruchit Shah. And he was like a student from mechanical. I have a bonding with all the students, okay, from different departments, because I personally have lots of interest. So the students who find interesting to interact with me, they share with me most of the things. So he was from a mechanical background, and he was doing the soft skill activities. And then when I was the coordinator, he was the president. And then we planned out very different activities which still are being conducted even after 7 to 8 years. Now, what I wanted to tell you, why am I giving this example? See, he was an engineer from mechanical, but can you guess what is he doing right now? Yes, anyone? Can anyone think what he is doing now?
Job.
What job? Yeah, obviously job. What job?
In well-known company or any company?
No, to be very honest, during that times he used to request me. We used to have this big programs in the big auditorium hall of WIT, and the Vichar, that is the National Level Technical Symposium. Right now, just a moment, I'll just see if I have the we have very good photos of us together, because we used to do the national level. He used to always request me, ma'am, mujhe ek chance de do, I'll make the script, and we will. Then first time when I was there, I told him, you have to make the script and we will be narrating it. And since then, okay, every event, okay, most of the events he did comparing with me, and we together. But you know what is he now? I will just request you all to type on Google Ruchit Shah. Ruchit Shah, and immediately after he passed out from WIT, he started his own company. Okay, and he is among a very well-known anchor today. Okay, and he is very much in contact with you all. So just a moment, I'll just share my screen. Okay, I'll just show you that. You might not be knowing it. Is the screen visible? Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
This is the student whom we used to do anchoring. And to be very honest, every day or like in a week or something on some of the events, he used to ping me and say, this is when we used to do anchoring. Now he is a professional anchor. Now he is a professional anchor. Can you see this? And he said, ma'am, I'll be, and then he was like, in this process, he came to know, yeah, this is what he loves. And I'm really very happy for him that I said, now, even if it makes a difference to one, like he did his mechanical, ऐसे नहीं था कि उसको job नहीं मिला, he got a very good job. But what he chose is to enter into this field. You can see. And he is happy, pretty happy, and every day he goes to different locations. I'll tell you, the locations are so beautiful, so exotic at all the beaches or something, and he hosts that show and he has a team. So can you believe this? Just give me a minute. I'll just show you the photos which we have. Just a minute. Actually, I have forgotten my cupboard keys today. So, but actually, whenever we has to have the competition, na, all the soft skill part, जैसे कि अभी का online preparation ना, माया देवी और नाहिन ने किया है ना, so he was the president of soft skills and knew like that time when he was there in college almost 6 years back, he planned this virtual placement round. Okay, you can see here. You can see this this particular student. Yeah. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and he's from Anchor Ruchit Shah, and now he speaks. So I ask Safal also, what is the mic you are using? Because now, when I remember, I still have the script we used to make in the same lab. We used to sit and make the scripts, and most of the times I'm going to call him also. But now, abhi to he charges like lakhs of rupees for one particular show. Okay, this is the photo from WIT. Okay, event organizer. This is the photo from WIT. Okay, so I do have our photos. I'll share you all. But this is what I want to say: ki you never know. And when you know what happened, the most important thing is that I have been learning to anchoring. I have done a serial with Samir Dharmadhikari, Makarand Naspure, Subodh Bhave in 2000 when I was doing my engineering. But as I said, no, my parents did not like this industry very much. I got acting this prize Utkrishta Maithide Puraskar Award for Utkrishta Abhinetri in Purushottam Karandak. Okay, Purushottam Karandak is a competition for Marathi theatre, and then I felt that I also, why? So I stopped it, right? I pursued my career over here, as I said, I'm teaching and all. But this is also so good, right? And therefore, then the moment I realized it, I said, even see, I can do multiple things. Therefore, now, if you see, I have done the motivational videos on this talk. I have 3 channels, okay? So I keep on doing that because learning cannot stop, and what you want to be cannot stop, right? It's not inside the 4 walls. You can't fit into one box. Okay, so again, then that is the thing I really wanted to share. Means this is one of, like I said, always one of my brother who I taught, who listened to me. This is the second example I can give, who right at the right time decided what he wants to be. Look, like he used to tell me, ma'am, sab bol rahe, anchoring kar rahe. But today you see, na, his parents are so proud. He was among the first one to buy a car in his batch. Okay, so isn't it a proud moment as a faculty? You tell me, what else will give someone a satisfaction? Na, ki ek apni khud ki company ho, you're earning, you're going to exotic locations and all, you just love this, right? This is not a job for you. It nowhere it lowers your standard or anything. It's you are an engineer, but you're doing this. It is not written that an engineer cannot do anything. I'm saying, obviously, I'm saying that again, you should find what is fitting your stomach and what will fill your soul. Okay, so with this, I think with this, I hope you all have got an idea what I aim honestly to deliver. It's not about the subject, it's not about the thing. I want to teach you these life skills. Okay, I want you to find the real you. That's the most important thing. You just identify what are you good at. You will come to know. And you should have that guts and that risk to stand for what you love. Okay. In 2000, I made a choice to join into teaching where the entire world was going for IT, but I stood by it. So whatever it is, he stood by anchoring because he loved that. Okay. क्या पता था जो एंकरिंग अभी यहाँ पे कर रहा है, he'll make it his full-time job. Isn't it? Yes or no? You never know where. But I'm so happy he took the decision at the right time. Okay. And even in this virtual, because see, this marriages, this events, this will not stop. Okay. So with this, giving you a real-time case study of one of the successful students from Soft Skills Cells, which I have been mentoring, I will sign off for today's session, thanking all the coordinators once again. So thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.